Hi everybody, welcome and thank you for joining me. This is not yet my longer researched video, but my aches and pains and sporadic explosive visits to the bathroom does not allow me yet to do a lengthy recording and lengthy editing. If not significantly better by Monday, I'll have to book for my annual scans and tests and get the cortisone tablets from my doctor. My daughter will also have to go for x-rays for her foot. It is now 3 weeks since she fell and the foot is still swollen and blue. What a disastrous year for us so far. Anyway, you are not here for that, so let's move on. Well, yet another disaster for South Africa as well. Our ambassador to the United States, Ebrahim Rasool, has been expelled from the United States. Secretary of State Marco Rubio has labeled Rasool a race-baiting politician who hates the United States and hates President Trump. Marco Rubio posted on X that Ebrahim Rasool is no longer welcome in the United States and that they have nothing further to discuss with him and that he is now considered persona non grata. Now there's a good reason for that. In a live stream a week or two ago, Rasool said that Trump's Make America Great Again movement was a white supremacist response to demographic diversity in the United States. Rasool also expressed his anger toward the Israeli government for its war in Gaza. Well, I guess that is what you get for calling the chosen president of the United States a white supremacist. Clearly, Mr. Rasool have no clue what being a diplomat entails, and allowed his own prejudice and hatred of Caucasian people to spill over, and this led to his expulsion. On the one hand, it is indeed very regrettable. The relationship between South Africa and the United States is already over the precipice, walking a tightrope over a vast canyon. In 2008, Rasool was recalled as Premier of the Western Cape as the ANC government disapproved of him giving preference to the large Muslim and coloured populations in the Western Cape. So this is not the first time Mr. Rasool had been kicked out due to racist behaviour. Well, in which case he should not have been sent to the United States as diplomat for the second time in the first place at all. Well, that was a little convoluted, but he was in the United States as ambassador before. I think in 2005, never mind. But this time round they should not have sent him. There were too many red flags. On the other hand, maybe it is also not so regrettable, and for a change, people can actually first-hand see and experience what we have been experiencing here in South Africa. I do not know how I can make this any clearer, but I'm going to try yet again. We live in the Western Cape, and to explain the demographics and population ratio to you would take all day. But the Western Cape, more or less, give or take, has 42% coloured people, 38% black, 16% white, and 1% Indian or Asian people. Cape Town is a very creative, artsy, cosmopolitan city, and if I could venture a guess, I would say there's a bigger divide between rich and poor than there is between race groups, a bigger class distinction than there is a race distinction. In the rest of the province, I can basically say the same, except that in the rest of the province, I would say there is less racism and color distinction between the middle class people. Because for 30 years now, we had to learn to live together, work together, and be neighborly. So, as I have said numerous times on this channel, on ground level, we do not care a rat's backside anymore. You are nice to me, I'm nice to you. We work together, we go to school together, we are neighbors, and we are friends or not, based on our common interest. But then, just like in your country, in mine are a number of arseholes who will try to do anything to disturb the peace, moan about, or to just be awful and evil. The likes of Mr. Rasool, Malema, and a few others, including white people, are indeed in that camp. The mistake the ANC and the voters are making is to keep putting these troublemakers back in positions of power and visibility, and that leads to a nation which is overall divided, confused, and of course it looks bad from the outside in. It is sad because the Rasools and the Malemas are not in the majority. All everyone wants is a semi-peaceful life. We are as sick and bored of fighting and moaning as we are of Meghan Markle, and I would say even more. We need leadership. People who care about everyone, pink, brown, yellow or black, young, old, male or female. Let the farmers farm, the engineer engineer, the doctor's doctor. Who cares what color they are? Only together can we make South Africa great again. So yes, it would stand us in good stead to design our own caps with MSAGA, M-S-A-G-A, embroidered on it, meaning make South Africa great again. President Trump's cap says MAGA, make America great again, not make white or black or yellow people in America great again. He wants everyone to work together to make the country great again. That is why he wants to build walls, open pipelines, and mine coal again, because he wants all Americans to have jobs. So yes, Mr. Rasool deserved to be kicked out. People should learn to be respectful of each other and mind their tongues. And I'm not talking about freedom of speech here, but about talking about things you know nothing about, or being a nasty, prejudiced human being. Anyway, my dear friends, let's do some royal or not so royal gossip or chat. Okay, now I'm not laughing about Meghan Markle's confessions of a founder anymore. I just think it is once again the wrong title, the wrong photograph on her poster, and definitely the wrong topic for her. The title makes it sound like Meghan is the founder of something and not talking to founders. A better title would have been something like In Conversation with Female Founders. The photograph does not look professional. It looks almost menacing or demanding or whatever, but definitely insufferable. Just the photograph is off-putting. It already tells you how Meghan will behave, like a real wise ass who can't stand for her guest to talk. That is what this photograph tells me. To date, Meghan has not been successful in any of her ventures, but maybe the dig, okay? But she has no financial savvy. I mean, she earned between $560,000 to $800,000 per season on Suits. She was in the series for 7 seasons, if I recall correctly, so she must have made about $5 million or just under when she left or was written out. Yes, indeed, she had expenses like rent, rented car, food, utilities, and so on. But after she earned $5 million, she had virtually nothing to show for it. No property, no vehicle of her own, no expensive jewelry, except what she had been given, no art collection, and the clothes she had were from Zara or chain stores, except for the stuff she took, in inverted commas, from the set, or like the Aquazura shoes she borrowed, in inverted commas, on a permanent basis from a Reitman's shoot. She has no clue about financial responsibility, investment, savings, and so on. Nothing. Like both her parents, had she not snagged Harry, she would likely have been declared bankrupt by now. Signs of emotional immaturity and even narcissism are difficulty managing emotions, lacking responsibility, impulsive decision-making, struggling with criticism, and the big one, a need for instant gratification. You see, they see something, they want it now, they get it, and it makes them happy for 15 minutes, an hour, 5 to 6 hours, or at most a day. And tomorrow there's something else they want. Now that is Meghan Markle for you. She will never be happy with what she has, and therefore she will never accumulate much. She will not be satisfied until every vault has been emptied, and then she will still blame it on everyone else but herself. And you know, this is not something I pulled out of my backside. We have seen this behavior from Meghan often. She does not know when to stop. Then there's her education, a BA in communications. Now please tell me of someone who could be less qualified to talk about business, etc., than Meghan, because I cannot think of anybody. I wonder whether she even knows enough to ask the right questions. I don't think so. So I think we'll likely find the same kind of me, frivolous, giggly, breathless conversations. We'll likely hear more about when Meghan worked at the yogurt shop, at the donut shop, and as nanny for an Irish couple. All of it lies, 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 of course. But she will nonetheless tell how she put half of her wages in a savings account, which of course will be yet another lie. And of course she will tell how she paid for her own college, which had already been debunked by her father and with receipts. I also predict that this will be a bigger flop than Spotify's archetypes and Love Meghan put together. Anyway, guys, I'm doing this piece by piece, and it is time for the next dose of medications. I'll edit and post later. I will be back tomorrow or Monday with news and a chat. So until we meet again, please take good care of yourselves. Bye.